This is VOA News via remote. I'm Marissa Melton. Russia pledged on Thursday to observe a ceasefire in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol, where its forces have controlled all but a steel plant complex where Ukrainian troops are holed up, along with civilians that the United Nations is working to evacuate. Russia said its daytime ceasefire would continue again Friday and Saturday to allow for more evacuations from the plant. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Thursday it takes time to evacuate civilians from the Azovstal plant because the wartime rubble must be cleared away by hand. In Washington, State Department spokesperson Ned Price expressed skepticism about Russia's commitment to a ceasefire. The United Nations says it's working on evacuating those civilians from Mariupol in the third such operation in the past week. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres told the Security Council on Thursday that the United Nations and the Red Cross working together have so far helped nearly 500 civilians flee the area during those efforts. Guterres did not give details on Thursday's operation, but told the Security Council members, quote, "We must continue to do all we can to get people out of these hellscapes." And Russia on Thursday announced the expulsion of 7 people from the Danish embassy in Moscow. The move was made in response to a similar move by Copenhagen 4 weeks earlier. The foreign ministry said that people must leave the country within 2 weeks. Denmark expelled 15 employees from the Russian embassy in Copenhagen a month ago, accusing them of being intelligence agents. Denmark said it wanted to send a clear signal to Moscow. From Washington, this is VOA News. A powerful government-backed Libyan militia on Thursday rejected accusations by Amnesty International of killings, torture, and forced labor. Amnesty on Wednesday had accused the Stability Support Authority of a string of abuses, including what it said were unlawful killings, arbitrary detentions, interception, and subsequent arbitrary detention of migrants and refugees, torture, forced labor, and other shocking human rights violations. The SSA said it upholds Libyan law and holds its members accountable for any illegal act. The group also said it reserves the right to sue Amnesty International for defamation and slander. Libya plunged into violent lawlessness in 2011 with the NATO-backed revolt that toppled longtime dictator Muammar Gaddafi. The country is now split between 2 rival governments. U.S. President Joe Biden has named Deputy Karine Jean-Pierre to be the next White House press secretary. AP's Ed Donahue has the story.
Jen Psaki leaves the White House next week. She praised her successor, who will be the first black woman and the first openly LGBTQ person to serve as White House press secretary.
She will give a voice to so many and allow and show so many what is truly possible when you work hard and dream big.
Jean-Pierre said she appreciated the historic nature during her first appearance at a daily briefing last year.
Being behind this podium, being in this room, being in this building is not about one person. It's about, what we do on behalf of the American people.
President Biden says Jean-Pierre will continue to lead the way in communicating about the work of the Biden-Harris administration on behalf of the American people. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Stocks closed sharply lower on Wall Street Thursday as worries grow in markets that the higher interest rates the Federal Reserve is using in its fight against inflation will derail the economy. The S&P 500 pulled back 3.6%, erasing a rally from a day earlier and marking its biggest loss in almost 2 years. The Dow fell 3.1%, and tech stocks fell the most, pulling the Nasdaq down 5%. Rising yields are sure to put upward pressure on mortgage rates, which are already at their highest level since 2009. And U.S. regulators are strictly limiting who can receive Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine due to a rare but serious risk of blood clots. The Food and Drug Administration said Thursday the shot should only be given to adults who cannot receive a different vaccine or specifically request the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. This is VOA News.